Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to our channel. I want to say thank you guys for coming in, subscribing, sharing, making comments. Also, want to say thank you for the donations, for buying me a coffee. We appreciate you guys. We love the coffee up here. And with that being said, I'm going to be introducing what we're going to be talking about today. Very important, I believe, even with the current energies, the way it goes. It's about purging, all right? It's about purging. We're talking about purging. Personally, we purged a lot of the old ways, a lot of the old situations. And today we decided comes in. Basically, we were talking last night, and the idea came out just like that. And we decided to come in and talk about from personal in the union purging. Some of the people don't like that, but I think that the purging it is a very beautiful because it's releasing. It makes a room within your consciousness. It deletes the old belief systems based of the new reality because the way that you thought that the reality is not. So once you find out the reality, guess what happens to you? It's all this mix and match, right? So you're working on yourself, you're doing the things within yourself, and then you're gonna be practicing it. And whatever you have not purged, the union is gonna be asking you to look at it deeper. And but that is the beautiful moment. And we're gonna be sharing a little bit of personal perspective up here. Hopefully this helps in the community. Hopefully you guys are okay. And if you any questions pops up, go ahead, write them down. We're gonna be answer it as the best as we can on the base of our experience. So without further ado, I'm gonna give you Paulina.
Thanks, babe. Hi, everyone. Yeah, just to begin with this, I want to maybe to define what is purging really is, because to me it was such a confusing thing, and Dio so many times said, and I'm like, what is this purging? Like, what does it mean? Like, what am I supposed to do something? Does it happen to me? What is this term? So for someone who is not familiar with this term, what we mean by that, um it's, for example, some emotional state that you being put in during your ascension process, and it comes in waves. Like, usually purging comes before major jump, before major upgrade that you're getting, because as Dio said, you need to create a space for those new upgrades to come. So if your system is clogged in with some stuff that it's old, it's contradicting what you're currently working to upgrade in your system, it's gonna be blocking it. So that's why we are going in those waves, through those stages and states. When it gets really uncomfortable, you may feel that there is some situation almost from the past that is being arranged, that it will feel very similar. For example, there might be very similar people coming to your life to kind of like replay the scenario, because they are meant to trigger certain emotional response. So there can be different situations that's gonna be arranged. You can even reach that state in a meditation. So it really depends. But the whole idea is to get you in this state of a little bit of discomfort on either mental, emotional level. Many people feel like almost they are getting in the past memories. They are dealing with different people, but they are kind of remembering people from the past that they hurt them, or they did something to them. So it's almost like the way for us to relive the experience, look with this higher perspective on the experience, maybe learn certain lessons that we've forgotten or we maybe overlooked. And we are releasing that. Once you get this more of our state through this experience, and you know what is going on, and you're fully present, you're releasing. First, you're learning what you're meant to learn from the situation, but also you're releasing it. So you're making space for something new. So it's like you're making peace with whatever was happening in the past, because maybe you preferred not to address it at that moment. But when the moments are right, and especially it's interesting how it always matches those collective energies, that you can have those major themes that we are living through. Once you do that, you're ready for this upgrade. So you will see it's really almost like, I don't know, I forgot how it's in the Bible, this state that you still have to clear some of your stuff, like purgatory. I think that's what they say. So that's your preparation to get more of the goodies that are waiting for you in this next wave of ascension, right? Like in this, after you've done some work and you're ready for more higher vibrations because you created space. So yeah, it's a very beautiful process. And as soon as you understand how it comes in waves and what are the benefits, it's gonna get easier for you to see that, oh, this is just temporary state. It can sometimes, it can really feel low, almost like, you're coming from heaven to hell. Like, especially when you're in a higher vibration and suddenly you're getting thrown in those old states the way you used to feel and used to live, it can be very confusing. So hopefully the more people talk about these things, it's gonna feel more natural for you. It's like, okay, this is temporary. It's not my normal state. I just need to sit with it, see what it is, sometimes wait it out, let the energies do their work because they come for you for a purpose.
Yeah, I'm gonna be taken out of the way of here about purging a little bit. I was thinking about because we're using it in the plastic industry, we're using the word purging. Imagine you've been running a blue color material within the machine, and now you have to put a white. And you need to put the purging compound to clear the blue out of the internal components on the machine in there where the plastic is melting to make sure there won't be no blue spots in your white production because you can see them, right? So with this, look at it in yourself, and I'm talking about from experience. It's been over a decade devoting here in the twin flame journey. Uh, Purging came in from the three laws. I stated what those laws are: trust, surrender, and let go. You have to trust it that whatever it's right now at the current moment state, what's coming towards you, it's for the right thing. You surrender to the changes. And the last part is the let it go. But the whole process leads to act of purging. You're going to be removing those kind of like things and beliefs and so on. I didn't know about the belief system about the twin flames. I didn't know what it was the soul love. I did not know vibrations. I didn't know about the energies. I didn't know about these angelic realms that was leading into it. I did not know about the power of the gravitations and the vibrations and why my brain is so like this. I had to go ahead and study it, right? But when I found the new things, the old system was crashing in there, and then it was creating a conflict until the moment was that I understood that I have to let it go. That practicing within let it go, particularly with an awakening process, in there and let the initial ignition state out of my system, even though that was the cause in there. Uh, that was my personal purge within me because holding up to that person, to that the one, the only one, and so on, and it didn't go anywhere. The energy didn't move. The process didn't move. I tried everything it is possible in any kind of levels you can imagine. You were talking about the spiritual realms in there, and there was nothing happened. There. There's no nothing. The universe told me you cannot happen. Your path is different. Your place is gonna go somewhere else. You need to purge. That is it about this purging that we are talking about in a personal level up here is you to let it go of your desires, outcomes, and anything that you can think of because it's personal to get the things that you need to be within the new belief system that it's going to be built in you. So it's hard. I know a lot of the twin flames. It's like when I tell them, they have problem with their twin flame. They don't have communications, they don't have this, they don't have that. And I told them, let them go. And guess what? They cannot purge it because they are hold on in there. Until you not find your powers within yourself to let it go of this, you won't be able to move up. It's the same way, like tied up a little butterfly to a big stone. She's not going to move that big stone. The weight is too much. And you are waiting on this energies in there. A lot of the people want to have the union. Good, great. There's nothing going on with that. There is some people who are in a union. There is some people who I worked with in the union. Give them a guidance and advices. They had to go first through their personal situations, and then goes into a union. And then when they got within the union, then there was like, what is this? What is that trigger? You see that some of the personal purging that was not done, now the union is triggering because those personal things that has not been cleared out there because of the work within the relationship. We're not talking about only a personal, we're talking about your understanding what the personal situation is and your understanding about within the relationships. And then we find out that there's going to be some, as Paulina said, you're going to have triggers, how you handling the triggers. And here is when you purge that personal, because we both purge the heck out of a lot on a personal level. If you, we have to be on probably, there is gotta be like a line of trucks parked and they're like taking all that purge of all the belief systems out in there. We felt very well, very light because you let it go. And that system, the new system that it comes in, particularly with the peace, it helped us. Okay, let me be specific up here. It helped us that whatever we have to purge about, be in a union, be in the relationship, solving situations of that comes in, and how to deal with it, and a process that within that how we were able to purge the stuff within the union. But we had to do it the personal. A lot of the people don't go into the personal because either they're codependent, either they are so much within the energies, they're like, Dio, what the heck are you smoking about? He asked me to let it go of my twin. You gotta let them go. You gotta set them free. If they're yours, they will come back and they'll admit and commit. Simple as that. Because when you chasing them, they're gonna run. Can you catch them? No, you can't. And what you do is you playing at a game of kind of like a catch and release in there. You're trying to do that, but it can't. It's impossible because the person is afraid. Okay, this is one of the things that had to be really purged of allowing the person to see themselves. You stop chasing them, they're turning around, they're looking that you are not chasing them. They're like, what the heck did I did anything wrong? No, you just let them go to figure out the things on their own. Sometimes they're switching, you're switching places, chaser, runner, and so on, until something lights up in here. And when the things lights up in there, it's like, oh, I need to let it go of this child stuff. I need to let it go of those patterns. That's my personal things. What is that comes in? What is those triggers it comes in? So you're beginning that inner work. And every time when you find a new thing, the old thing has to be what? Stop carrying that old luggage because, they said you got to travel light with light. You can't travel with all that all that stuff that weighs you down in there. And it was very beautiful when that freedom came in. After every purge, after every belief, after every discovery that has been made within the journey, after all the debunkings, after all the psychology problems, the emotional problems, and so on, you'll see that you did a lot of enormous amount of inner work that was involving and going around this word purging. Okay, so hopefully that kind of like is gonna be giving you a heads up, because the purging is essential for the journey, because you after you purged, let me explain a little bit here, baby. After you purge, you're gonna be illuminated, and that's what you want. And the illumination is the process of awareness of your actions with the consequences that coming afterwards, and that you are ready for the union. Okay, because within the union, yes, you're gonna be purging some stuff too, but that comes after. So the mic is yours, baby. Sorry, took a little longer.
Thank you. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's giving me ideas. No, this is like still just reminder that we are on individual process, and whether or not you have someone next to you right now, you're gonna be going through the same experiences, and you'll be asked about the same thing, and you always have to choose go further and further or higher and higher. If you reach your union state, you can choose not to do any more purging and say, oh, I'm okay with this state of awareness, but probably your soul will be encouraging you to dig a little bit more, because you're gonna be learning to start enjoying the process. You're gonna be learning not to go over to the extreme and go into depression for months. It's gonna be sometimes it's really a matter of minutes that you can feel that something is entering your system. You're going very low because it's necessary. So you're not entering those states because you want to feel like a victim. You go there with the full awareness, knowing that you know how to get out of it, but you also know that you have to dive deep for a little bit just to understand something more. So it's very powerful if you get the courage to do that. But I have to remind everyone about this mental stability that we were talking about, that you have to make sure that you're in the right mental state, because if you're dealing with some depression episodes or anything like that, you feel like you're not strong enough to do that. I wouldn't say like experiment with this. It's really, I mean, journey will be preparing you for that. But you will see that in order to really go and make it easier for yourself, it's your responsibility to also remember about your mental health and stability, knowing that what, once you enter this state of observing your emotions and just trying to navigate them properly, and then on top of that it will be those multiple timelines and experiences and 5D 6D whatever visions and energies that coming, and you have to navigate them all with the clear judgment. That's going to be very helpful for you. And also it's going to be your kind of like a protection, that you're still have it, like you're still anchored in reality, and you're not getting into this illusion state or overboard with your spirituality and all of that. It's just really you're going to be standing your ground, but you're going to be expanding from that space. So that's one thing. But also I wanted to say, in terms of purging and letting go, if some people still have issue, because it's such a strong attachment sometimes that it's hard to even imagine how I can let go from the person that I have constant thoughts all together, all the time. I would say let those thoughts be there. Let's not focus maybe so much about letting go and trying to do something that may feel impossible. Try to start processing the emotions that maybe you haven't processed properly, because the situation will be coming to you and it's gonna feel unresolved, that the story is not finished, that maybe the situation still has something to do with me, I cannot let go. Maybe because you cannot process some of the stuff. It's like you cherry pick from your experience as a twin flame certain set of emotions because they are so beautiful, but you're letting out or leaving out something that is very uncomfortable. And it's emotion, like maybe emotional expression of this connection that was meant for you to come to experience. You cannot really grasp the whole idea of what this experience was supposed to teach you, because you don't touch these uncomfortable topics. So very often that's why this is the key. Once you really process on emotional level everything that you're supposed to experience, because that's why they are putting you in this state, that's why they will be putting you in the misery, so you can actually maybe start feeling the pain that you were we're supposed to experience in this situation that someone is rejecting you completely and they are confusing you to the extreme and just maybe hurting you on the way. And what people are doing, they're like, oh, but this is my twin flame. This is, oh, it's understandable because he or she is a runner. I can forgive it. Instead of seeing, but on a human level, what kind of emotions you were supposed to experience? Aren't you trying to bypass some of the things just because it's too uncomfortable? So we were talking a few times about not putting anyone on pedestal here. If someone causes you some situation that it's hurtful and painful, and from the objective standpoint was supposed to cause some pain, acknowledge the pain and just sit with it and see, open yourself for all of the emotions of your experience as a twin flame, because it's gonna be life changing, because your soul will be happy, because you kind of reach the finally the whole idea why this experience was supposed to be organized in the first place. You're not running away anymore. You're not trying to mask, oh, that's trying to explain something that it should never be explained in the first place. Just look at it as it is and experience all the emotions that you have to. If you have to cry for 2 weeks, you can, but just don't block it. But you see, there is a difference. You can cry over not being able to have something, like I don't have what I need, and that caused me sadness. Or you can cry over yourself, just really process that and give the opportunity to grieve and just let it go, like release from your system. And then we can think about next steps, but this is like your ground that you can start preparing yourself to really put this attention into allowing yourself to fool everything fully.
Man, there's a lot of things coming up with this when you are talking. Kind of like bringing that memory from the past. That was the first time when I found out about when you were talking about the crying, that the crying is healing. I'm like, what do you mean crying is healing? I'm a freaking in pain here. I'm almost dying. I feel this love, and that person is so even angry at me. Oh, what are you talking about with this? And but I find out that that crying actually was helping out. Sometimes I had to hide in the shower and cry in the shower in there. But it's the release that is solving the issues. Okay, the release in there, because crying is also a purging with this, as Paulina said, this uncomfortable, unprocessed emotions. Okay, so be honest and look at it within the reality. Reality, it is what it is, and the journey is gonna be teaching you on it is what it is, like it or not. You may be escaping it this lifetime. You may escaping it with another partner. You may be escaping it of doing your inner work until the truth is gonna come out to you and tell like it's time for you to accept the reality as it is. Boom. And there will be no more escapes because now your soul already knows about it. And every time when you try to cheat on you and yourself, and here is that guilty consciousness in there. But as Paulina said, there you have to process the grief. Okay, that is it about you to understand that what love is when the one person really consciously and aware is joining you, so you can put the things together. Okay, there is no anything else. There is a peace if you whatever the situations might be. Okay, because there has been a lot of different cases within the twin flames dynamics in there. One of the twin flame dynamics that is about age gap, different cultures in there. Some of the dynamics is from coming from different caste in there, and then the rich mom dad have an influence in there, so the son has to be making adjustments as a situations in there. right? That also those kind of like old belief systems, and that those kind of like old ways that you have to get him and purge. Just a little bit of warning there, guys. When you start purging and you're going from one thing to another, one thing from another, you're going kind of like in a very fast pace. Like you're thinking that as fast as you can go, the faster you'll go into a union. Okay, you're gonna be figuring it out one thing. The more that you know, the more you find out how much you don't know. And then it's gonna be like, oh my god, how much do I have to purge? So this kind of like a purge in there is the upgrades of your system. Every time when you upgrade your computer, what do? There is an unnecessarily little bit of tiny money of informations left in your computer every time you visit a website. It's called cookies. Okay? And every time when you're upgrading your system, the system is going to be purging out the cookies. Okay? It takes them out. And all of a sudden you have a new system and so on. You're wondering why your computer is running faster. Oh, you delete your cookies, you delete your history. Okay? You delete all that what happens in there and so on. But the good part of this purging process is going to be lead to the biggest thing within the twin flame. Okay, you're going to be get ready for a union, and then the universe is going to be making the rest of it the way. The meetings and everything is going to be orchestrated by the universe. Okay, the person who is meant for you is going to come to you. How it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and the way the reason it's going to happen in there, it's going to be beyond your control. If you able to purge this out, this control out of your system, the better will be. Every time when you're trying to control, steer, manipulate, or there isn't a lot of things out there within the desperations. I can talk to you about stories, guys. Okay, we're talking about candle magics. We're talking about love potion number 9. Okay, love potions and then all kind of like things of desperation, just so you can get to the person without doing the inner work. And you know what the universe says? No, you're not gonna have it. No, but you don't accept it because you felt that enormous love inside within you. But that love is about to change you, changing your belief system, improving you. You to do that. You to be the example of that. And then when you get your new belief system, that new belief system is like, oh, how powerful you are, how different you are, right? I wish I to be like you. I wish that to be like this. You do what I got, what I did, you're gonna get what I got. Okay? But don't copy it, within the journey, but understand the process. That's what you need to do. Copying the process. So later on, with that purging system that comes in, talking about from personal experience, dark night of the soul. I'm stating and I'm giving you a warning. Don't wish dark night of the soul to nobody. Okay? To absolutely nobody. Oh, I wish my twin flame can go to the dark night of the soul so they can be aware of. Oh, I wish this, I wish that. Don't even thinking about it. Dark night of the soul, it is the last resort that the divine is purging you. The last resort. Though the resort after the dark night of the soul is you living the physical experience here as a soul. You're gonna live your body out to decompose. Okay? That's all. That's how it goes. Okay? But be mindful that the more you're gonna be going within the journey in there, and particularly after you're ready and you're going within the union, you still have things that you need to purge. Because see, within the union, you're gonna be challenged with what you know about relationships. How did you visualize it? How you think that it should be? You are gonna be going into the level of control. You're gonna be testing. Can you give the freedom of your partner? You're gonna be tested on a lot of things, and you're gonna be asking to purge a lot of things. And as in being in the union, it's very great because whatever you understood as that awareness, and when you're in the union, you're gonna be able to not only purge, or it's gonna be a kind of like a simultaneously you purge and you upgrade, you purge and you upgrade, you purge and you upgrade, and kind of like this things begins to go on and on and on and on. Okay, and the relationship in the union gets better and better and better. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna have these ups and downs and so on, but there is gonna be this time when there is gonna be like just a little bit like this. They're gonna feel the peace, and then like a that ship that had a so hard time to leave the earth, and it's pushing all the power and it shake it up and so on, and it goes in and the shake and you feel like, oh my god, and it's like the whole thing's gonna blow up or away, and then all of a sudden it breaks down and going to space, and then it's a peace, and then you start moving, and then it's moving even faster, right? And now you're at peace. That's how you're going to be. Okay. If you haven't watched the videos of when are they putting some spaceships into the space in there and they entering for a second stage in there, go watch the videos. You can see it what I'm talking about. And that's how it explains everything with you. But then you're gonna be learning more stuff. And let me tell you, the level of your evolution, soon as a twin flame, will be equal to the amount of the level you're pushing out of the old belief systems before the twin flames comes in as the journey. Why? Because the amount you're purging is the amount you're gonna get it back. Because the energy is gonna be shifting around. You deleting, let's say, 5 gigabytes of data, you're gonna get a 5 gigabytes of data. You're constantly gonna be this improvement. If you're lucky enough, you can be expand your capacity for operations. Then it's gonna be 10 on a 10. Okay, but that's a whole another story. Particularly if you're expanding with out in the universe, you'll see things in there. But my personal advice is look what you cannot let it go, what is stopping you on your journey, where are you hang up, okay? And then look at the area of improvements. That's gonna be telling you that whatever you're gonna let it go, what improvements you're gonna get. It's a little bit of simple, as Paulina said, it's a mental process. And how strong mentally you are, but that is gonna be hold it by the soul. Because the soul gets the energy from the spirit. And now all these three things, they're gonna come out, they're gonna be working as supposed to be within you. Because they're gonna believe, start building a new belief system on a what? On a proper base. Not what you thought it was, not in a face mask this world under 3D years, but what it is. Because it is what it is. Okay? And then you're gonna be start living in the reality and you're gonna be happy. I hope. All right, it's you, baby. It's something come out here.
Yeah, I had to stop my. I don't know if there is a chat, some questions in the chat. If there are no questions, um, yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit more about those belief systems because we are just repeating so often that, once you purge something, you can expect more information to come. And especially when we talk about these belief systems, you can have a look if you have some block, or you can always just ask yourself, am I constantly moving forward? In my experience, if you're not moving forward and you feel like you're sort of stuck, you can ask yourself, is there some belief system I'm putting on myself that next step is not possible? And of course, for us, for many people, it's gonna be different, but for many people, it's gonna be how you currently understand your twin flame experience. What is these things that you've heard from other people, how it should be, how you should experience that, how it should end, what should be the result, all of those things. And if you find yourself in this space that there is something that is holding you back, you can question that, because it's that's how you get out of them, out of belief systems. If you feel, by principle, you should always be able to move forward, to expand more, to learn more, detach more, everything more, because that's how we expand here, and there is no limits to that. If you feel that at some moment you cannot go further because of some emotion or some person, some whatever reason, and you have a look on this block, you can remove it. Because it can either, as I said, it can be some wishful thinking that it's blocking you. It may be fear that it's blocking you, that you don't want to do certain thing because you're afraid. That may be maybe misunderstanding, or maybe disappointment that you were thinking that things were supposed to go different. But if I'm supposed to move forward, I have to completely differently start thinking very much differently. All of those things, just keep, if anything, like just keep this thing in mind. Like, we as a process, yes, we have ups and downs, and things will be a little bit stagnant sometimes or boring because things have to align. But if you're on the right track, even if the things are aligning, you're feeling that they are aligning. You're not feeling that you need to wait for something. It's like if it's you blocking your progress, so you're gonna become more sensitive to those moments too. You're gonna know when it's your time to do some job and work on yourself to free yourself up. And there will be moments that your freedom within this belief system this finally start coming down and change your reality according to your current belief systems. So that's why we are saying anytime after this purging or emotional releases, you can sense how suddenly there is like a kick of energies, like a sudden movement, that things are beginning to align, things are beginning to shift very quickly. And this is just a response for your change in vibration. So it's very beautiful process once you understand that it's our kind of like a responsibility to remove the block, and then you can move to the next stages because you've created the space. You decided to move forward, despite all the beliefs that you currently have.
They remind me about something about right here. So, so kind of like because it took a while to get all this. When you understand that within you, uh, the energy. When we're talking about the energies, okay, I'm gonna be kind of like help you a little bit so you can understand it within yourself. The thought process is also an energy. Okay, the thought process when it's processing within you, it becomes this energy within the body that it's released. Okay, and you're going to be feeling the emotions that are describing that energy. Then the emotions, they're going to be turning to a frequency. Okay, they're going to have a certain frequency, certain vibrations in there, and that's vibrations that it's vibrating creates the magnetic field of electricity that you are going to be either attracting or you are rejecting out with you. So if you are using this knowledge in there, you're gonna be understanding what you need to let it go by rejecting it. You're purging it out. Okay. Then one of the new things are coming in. You're gonna be accepting it. But they are gonna be coming as a gravity when it's coming in within you. Okay, it's gonna come as a gravity. That gravity is gonna have a frequency that you are gonna be able to understand the purpose why it's coming in. Then that gravity is gonna be turning to electric energy that it's gonna come towards you in a form of emotions. Those emotions, when it comes within you, you're gonna be able to process it in a form of a knowledge back within your mind. And that's how this is gonna be start working within you. Okay. Some other people, they are holding to their twin flame for years and years and years, and they like cannot let it go. They're like, I don't know how cannot let it go. Dio, how did you let it go of this? And I was looking into the reality. I was told to go and look within the reality. I was told to go ahead and debunk everything. Go look from within you. Go study psychology, energies, brains, physical, mirroring neurons, universe, and you have to be able to put all this together. It's within you, Dio. You know how to do it. I'm like, come on. Ain't that special? That was a self sabotage, by the way. I was telling this to myself. Then there was the energy that kicked in, and it's like, it's time to let go of the old deal with that belief systems that's in there. Stop with this sabotaging. Start coming out and do the right thing, and then the right things start happening. Okay, but you're gonna be seeing it within yourself because it's gonna be asking you to wherever you're holding to let it go because they cannot put in your hands what you're supposed to have if you're holding something else. The universe is going to wait for you to be empty to deliver something to you. But if your hands are full, you cannot be able to pick it up. So you need to drop it, you need to purge it. Okay. And this is why this process of purging is so painful for some other people. But if you've been into the journey for so long, this is gonna become to you like right. But I want to send you back into the beginning. When the first time you have to purge or let it go to free yourself and so on, how easy was that? Wasn't easy. Wasn't pretty either, right? It was painful, right? And that's what it was. But the moment you let it go, what happened with the pain? Pain went away because you are holding. And now when you let it go, there is something else that's coming to you. And now you will understanding the purpose in there. It wasn't about exactly to be with that person. Okay? It was about you to become the person. And when you understand this situations in there, you're gonna be finding the things that it needs to be as they are meant to be. But you have to be let go of the idea of what you thought should be, what you can control to be. Okay? I don't know if you baby got anything else.
Yeah, just one more thing, and I think we're gonna be wrapping up because I can see my internet's kind of coming in and out, and I don't want to be locked mid sentence. But I just wanted to say what you said about this, like you need to empty your hands out, and that's what we have sometimes problem with. Like we always want to see something new coming before we let go, but those major transitions on your journey will be asking you to remove stuff from yourself before you even see something coming. You may sense that something is coming, but it's not physically there yet. You need to be comfortable with to let go of everything because it's easy to hold on to something and then something new appears and then you would like to jump. But in those moments, it's like it's asking you to put the trust. And then once you put the trust in the process and you're being comfortable with not having anything under control, that's why the trust is getting paid back. And we are just really talking about those moments when you're really ready to move out of twin flame experience and twin flame paradigm as we know it right now, and you come from this like human understanding of experience, just completely like, remove any attachments that is related to your emotional connection within this twin flame experience, and you can enter those higher states. And that's it's almost like the whole knowledge is starting to come once you're able to accept it. It's like this is the ultimate, maybe not ultimate, but the big jump that you have to make. And I don't know if it makes easier for people, for us to talk about this stuff. Maybe, like, otherwise we wouldn't understand it so perfectly. But it really feels like you're gonna have those tests that you will see nothing before, and you're gonna be asked, do you trust that you it's okay for you to step into really unknown, because no one is talking about this stuff yet. So you may feel like you're going against everything and everyone because everyone's talking this old stuff, but you always have a choice to go against the old ways and enter the new, and just be the first one to experience that, and then you share it. But again, you can always also replay the scenario what's been explored and repeated over and over for years. But maybe you have a chance to be in this new wave, to feel that old stuff is not maybe working anymore. And you can sense that there is more to this picture of a twin flame experience. And it's becoming in union, but in a more deeper ways, not what's currently understood. But it's really through exploring you as your individuality, through practicing your courage, and also practicing the contact between you, your higher self, and everything that is around. And you see, if you see those things from this perspective, and you put this idea of my one twin flame, it's so small, because that's what this higher perspective is bringing you. It just brings you to the proper level, and then all of those things, and they seem almost like irrelevant. Like, you're ready to go to the journey, you're ready to see, oh, let me see what it is. It's like, I don't care, maybe there was like emotional experience in the past, maybe that was necessary, that was a lesson. Let me see what's there. This lesson is not moving with me, like, let me see, explore, maybe there's more of those lessons. But this is the mindset you can try to get to yourself. It's gonna be easier for you if you really are dedicated to your path, and you want to explore more dimensions that we have here as twin flames.
Beautiful. There's a lot of more things coming up with this. The journey, it's all about the freedom. Okay. You to feel free to be yourself. You to be giving a freedom to your partner so they can be free, so they can be themselves. And then you can be free within the union, because you are going to be one way or another, you're going to be experiencing, I hope, that power of the union. Okay. But the power of the union is going to comes in and kicks in, and is going to be also required a certain purge in there. Okay. You're taught, it's a lot of the people who are not been done at their work, they are programming themselves. How is it in the union? Do you know that the more you programming yourself how it is in the union, by you programming yourself that your journey is going to be like a certain people, a certain things, and so on. Do you know that you have to purge that belief system after that? But you're going to believe on that for years. So thinking about this in there, do you allowing yourself to be free? Do you allowing your partner to be free? Do you support them when there is a challenge in there? You gotta tell them they need to purge. You support them when they have a rough time in there, because that is gonna be triggering this union backup energies in there. Because in a while you're gonna be trigger of the old ways about the relationship. We're not talking about personality. And when you succeed in that union purge, you're gonna be finding the real energies that's supposed to be in the union. Stop programming yourself, because the programming yourself in there, you have to purge it later on. And some of the people, they are programming within themselves. Oh, these people promised me, these people promised me that. I had some, man, I had some people coming in. I won't mention a name, but I was given a date by this lady in there that I'm gonna be in the union within, and we are gonna be meet, and we're gonna be okay, and so on. And guess what? You programmed yourself. Things didn't happen, and then they come in. It's like, Dio, can you tell me why did this thing doesn't happen? That's your belief system. You went through, you program it yourself because your codependency asked you to go to this lady. So this lady can tell you exactly what you want to hear without you doing the work. And you believe in that. Instead of go out there, look it in your soul, look it in your spirit, trust within your soul, within your spirit, have a faith within the universe. And it's like, okay, universe, bring it on. It is what it is. But I want to be free. I want to understand. I want to go through it. I want to experience it. Do you know what is going to happen to you when you purge everything old out and it's going to come in one great thing to you? The holdout to inflame experiences is you to have your soul to have the greatest experience as being in alive into the material world. Because once you leave that body, you ain't gonna drink coffee, you ain't gonna have this cheese, okay? You ain't gonna go out for walks, can't touch the water, okay? Every moment here, it's precious, all right? And don't fool yourself with a false belief system. We all know what happens with, I won't mention their name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, I promise you, I'm gonna get you, twin. You just come to me. You need to understand that the purging is one of the greatest things you'll be doing because that's going to be turning to self love. That self love is going to be able to heal you. Once you get healed within you, you're going to be able properly to have a love with somebody else. That's what this is. Okay. But it's going to be asking you to let it go of the previous hurts, pains on all your relationships that you had before, all the belief system, all the old ways, all the old thinking, till you build the new that doesn't crash, the new that doesn't crash, but goes up and helps you to evolve. That is the way you need to catch it. That is your mission in a way. It's your purpose that you came in to have your life. And that's what I hope you do. Okay, guys? All right, well, that's all I have, baby. I don't know
Yeah.
if you have
The
nothing
only
else.
thing I want to say it's it does get easier. It gets easier with you once you start building this relationship with your higher self, with God, with the universe, and you see you bring this in the picture, and it's not about getting um again to the extreme, become a fanatic and everything is universe. No, you're gonna be learning to use that in your life to improve your life and unify it within, and then it will feel normal. It won't feel like, oh my god, like sometimes I'm in those higher energies, but sometimes I'm in this boring 3D and it's like I hate my job and all of that. No, you're gonna be using what you have accessible to change the 3D. So it's not a drag that you have to escape to the higher energies. You're gonna be seeing how you can reframe that and make it constantly beautiful. Not comfortable, but beautiful. So it's gonna be, you're gonna be learning how to go through the process, so you don't have to go in and out, in and out. How do we merge that so those gaps, when I'm super high or super low, it's like minimal. Sometimes, yeah, you will have distinctions, but most of the time you will be seeing how it all becomes one experience on a multiple dimensions at the same time. And that's how you see how it's kind of getting all together, like melding all together. So it's very exciting. And again, like, we're happy to help if you are having any questions after this recording, or any specific idea for the topics, because I'm just excited to see how more people are in the same stage, and they are questioning, they are checking, they are asking, can you have more than one? Is it true? Is it, what is the new understand? They are asking people for their new opinions, because there are people who match this old belief system, and that's okay, that's their stage. But we all have different experiences, and it's good to discuss, it's good to share, and I think it's good to exchange those information. So we are here to help.
Exactly, guys. We're here to help you. Don't be afraid to reach out to us. And one thing I want to leave you in there with, when you gonna go and you try everything in your old belief system, there's gonna be another ignitions for you, but that's gonna be a personal ignition, because the energy that of that ignition is gonna come back, is gonna ask you, you need to move up. So at that moment, if you're purged out, it's gonna be okay. But if at that moment you don't purge out, and it says like, you know what, enough is enough, this doesn't make sense for me, you're gonna be have to go around. And is entirely up to you. You're free to choose what are you going to believe with it. Okay, but always, always, always double check yourself. Double check the informations. Double look within you. Because when your belief system is gonna be built from within the soul, there is no conflict. Because when the soul speaking into your mind, to your I part in there, into your heart, everyone is in the same page. Okay? Let me remind you about this joke. Okay? The mind and the heart were talking and they were arguing. And the heart is, every time I'm following you, I'm the one who is broken. And the mind is, come on, everything is gonna be okay. This is gonna be a new time, new way, new relationship. Yeah, that's what you said the last time, and that's why I'm hurt. So the soul was hearing there and says, like, would you just shut up? I'll give you the map. So that's what's gonna happen to you guys. But that is a that purging moments. And they're beautiful. When you let it go with peace, with love, you let it go into the universe, particularly. Leave that energies to the divine, to God. What it says in the Bible. Leave your troubles to me, I'll get it. Don't be preoccupied. You just keep doing your thing. And that's what you need to do. You need to keep doing your things. Okay? Keep evolving. That's all it's about it. Okay, guys, much love to you. We'll see you next Saturday.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.